Chigiri has just scored a wonder goal and gotten Manshine City a 1-goal lead. After that, Isagi goes forward and tells Chigiri that he's changed, but then Chigiri tells him that it's the golden formula. They managed to break down the equation that has worked so far, and after that, they picked out which factors stood out and then reconstructed the most ideal combination for him. If that wasn't enough, he also had to train endlessly to create a specialized body that helped him to evolve. Chigiri says that in this neo-egoist league, he's going to be a striker who is able to rise to the top of the blue lock. He looks behind and says to both Isagi and Kunigami to not be too slow or they will be left behind, which is just so cool. After that, Kaiser comes and says that Chigiri is good, fast, strong, and above all beautiful, which I definitely can't argue with. Kaiser gets closer to Isagi, and this time I mean closer like bro was legit breathing in his ear. After that, they go to start the game again, and Kaiser asks Isagi if he has a plan, or if he's already stuck, kind of mocking him, but that's what Kaiser usually does. And after that, to everyone's surprise, Kaiser passes Isagi telling him that he can do whatever he wants with it, with the ball. Isagi is looking more fearful than ever, as he says that he will make Kaiser regret that pass. Right off the bat, Ryo goes to guard Isagi, telling him that he's already splitting up with his teammates. However, this time Isagi has someone to fight with, and it's of course our favorite Shark Boy, who tells Isagi that he's decided that he will ally himself with Isagi. Corona gets behind Ryo, and Isagi says that Corona is a perfect teammate for him as he allows Isagi to look ahead and see the entire field, by Corona's ability to instantly sense a position that is both unfavorable to the enemy and advantageous to him, comparing Corona to an orbit which is always following him around. And then we get this incredible panel which looks so stunning with multiple Coronas which are surrounding Isagi, and it also creates Isagi's and Corona's planet hotline attack. As Corona and Isagi are steadily moving up on the field, Isagi says that their key to breaking through the right side is Kunigami. Due to his goal in the previous game, the opposing team is wary of the passes directed to him and needs at least one or more players to guard him. Isagi wants to move up to the space where Kunigami wants to move and then catch it from behind. So Isagi passes back the ball to Corona to then receive it at the perfect position to finish it in front of the goal, except he forgot one little small detail, and that's Kaiser, who comes in his way and steals the ball, asking Isagi if this is all he's got. However, the chain follows as Chigiri now comes in Kaiser's way and shoots away the ball. This just makes Kaiser more excited, and I just need to tell him to back off because Chigiri is mine, nothing more to it. Anyway, the ball goes to Ryo and he traps it marvelously, and with that, both Agi and Nagi start to move up on the field. The ball is headed to Nagi, and 2 players from Bastard Munchen tries to sandwich him. However, Nagi is able to shove them away with his core power, which definitely surprised me. Then he does some kind of backward roulette into some dribbling moves, which gets him away from the Bastard Munchen players. Nagi's play shocks Isagi, as he says that this isn't the Nagi he used to know, and that Nagi never used to create plays on his own. However, we once again get interrupted when it is as exciting as we get a flashback to 20 days earlier, where Chris asks Nagi what kind of football the ideal Nagi desires. Nagi just straight up tells him that he wants to beat Isagi, saying that they are rivals. Chris tries to get into more details and asks Nagi how he plans on defeating Isagi, but Nagi has no idea, saying that he hasn't really thought that it. After that, Chris asks Nagi what he thinks about when he's about to score a goal. However, as we know, Nagi doesn't really think that much, like at all, so they go to gather data instead. Chris says that Nagi's results are quite intriguing and that what's necessary for his greatest strength is to relax his body instantaneously so that Nagi can use his whole body to trap the ball. Chris even says that when it comes to relaxing his body, he's better than Chris. However, it isn't only praise that Nagi is getting, as Chris tells him that when it comes to creativeness, he's basically pointless, saying that Nagi depends on others too much and that his playstyle is determined by the level of his partners. To fix that, Chris suggests that Nagi should try to play an active playstyle, something that starts from Nagi's trapping abilities. However, all of this talking fries Nagi's brain, so Agi comes in to help. Agi suggests that Nagi should learn a trap that brings things back to zero, which works well in any situation and can basically just reset the game. After that, we finally get back into the game. As Nagi is thinking about what to do, he wonders if Isagi and Ryo think this much all the time, calling it tiring. Nagi sees Agi up in the box and passes him. Agi makes a massive jump into the sky and is in the perfect position to score, but that's when he instead passes the ball down to Nagi again. Nagi legit traps the ball with his foot to then juggle to the ball and get it up in the air, and then just shoots an awesome shot to the goal. However, Yukimiya comes in Nagi's way and covers the goal with his face. No wonder that he has trouble seeing. Anyway, Yukimiya's save was a life-saving save for Bastard Munchen, because I don't know if they would be able to recover from 2 goals. Even so, Manshine City still walked away with a corner kick. After that, Agi goes up to Nagi to give him his diagnosis. He gives Nagi's attack an 8 out of 100, which is a really surprising score. However, Agi tells Nagi that it was because his pass was too rough, and that if it were anyone else, they wouldn't have been able to reach it. Even so, Agi compliments Nagi's finishing idea and calls it interesting. While they are talking, Isagi is watching from afar. He's stunned to see the two of them testing stuff out in the middle of such an important match, and even more surprised that Agi is able to teach Nagi football. Then it snaps for Isagi as he thinks back, saying that Nagi has only moved according to his or Ryo's commands, and that he's a newbie when it comes to football. Because of this, Nagi is sitting on a pile of infinite potential. Just then, Ryo comes by. He says that it was first him, then Isagi, that influenced him with football, and now it's Agi and Chris. And if their guidance proves to be successful, he may reach more and more levels, and then it will be the birth of the actual greatest genius in the world. As Ryo is walking away, he tells Isagi to not get left behind, and says that Nagi is the type of guy who can discard anything to chase what he wants. And then it was time for the corner kick. Isagi thinks that Chigiri will probably try to shoot a precise curve into the box, and said that Chigiri's most likely target will be Agi because of his height. Chigiri shoots it, but it isn't a precise curve as Isagi thought, but instead a low trajectory. Isagi tries to get ahead of Agi, but he's no match. Isagi thinks that he can at least limit his shooting course, however Agi isn't there to shot, but instead to do a backheel pass to Nagi, who's been eagerly waiting in the box. He's just about to jump and maybe do the first cycling kick of the series, however that's when Kaiser comes in his way and almost catapults the ball away. As Kaiser falls to the ground, Agi says that it's nice to see him again, and that he finally has a chance to analyze him. Kaiser just coldly tells him to make sure to babysit properly, and calls him the mad footballer. And I'm really interested in learning more about Kaiser's and Agi's connection to each other, as it seems that they kind of know of each other, and has probably played before. After that, we get back to the game where it's starting to look like a race to the ball, and the one who wins the race and the one who should probably change sport to formula is Ness. Ness says that it's the magic hour as he completely destroys a player from Manshine City. As Isagi is following both Ness and Kaiser, he says that even if he tries to steal Ness's pass from Kaiser, he will just end up getting a bad shot out of it. So this time to score a goal, he has to change his train of thought. He decides to follow Kaiser from behind and study his thought patterns from his viewpoints. He analyzes as Kaiser and Ness exchange passes with each other and says Kaiser will probably try to find a less marked place as they are getting closer to the goal. However, that is the exact opposite of what Kaiser does as he starts to sprint to the Manshine City defenders. As Isagi is able to get a closer look at Kaiser, he notices something. He sees that Kaiser isn't looking at the ball at all. He's twisting his neck to see everything, and instead of the ball, his field of view is what he's doing. As this is going down, Ness has just gotten off a pass to Kaiser, and when I say that almost the entirety of Manshine City goes to block Kaiser, I mean it. However, even though 5 players are there to block him, he still manages to find a little place where he could send the ball in. And that's exactly what he does, and Kaiser's outstanding shot goes into making it even, and also showcasing the real power of Kaiser's impact. Everyone is surprised by Kaiser's immense powers. He even got Chris Prince to shake a bit, and that was when Kaiser showed us his dominance on the field. This moment from Kaiser was amazing. I love how he was able to find the tiniest bit of space where he could make the goal from. But please tell me what you thought about this match down in the comment. And if you like Blue Lock and videos like this, then I would highly suggest you subscribe to this channel. While you are at it, leave a comment as it helps out with the algorithm a ton. And if you are curious to see how Itoshi's side destroyed the Blue Lock 11, then please watch the video, which will be popping up at the screen now. Anyway, thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye.